Hi Flosstube, this is Veronica with Night Stitch and I have a Flosstube update. Okay, so it's the end of the month. It's Thursday, July 30th, 2026. So yeah, it's almost the end of July. So I have some more stuff than normal today. I have WIPGO and I have Mylestonn because I actually finished one of the project's stitches finally. Okay, I'll just start off with showing you this stuff that I worked on. This is Visit London by WIPGO. This is a baking show project. I'm using Rose Tote by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. I worked on this part down here. This is 100 high by 140 wide. It has 14,000 stitches total. I put in 160 stitches. So now it has 4,779 stitches in it. It's at 34.14% done. And it has 9,221 stitches left. This one is WIPGO. This is Sea to Shining Sea. This is by Pickle Barrel Designs. I'm using April Showers Bring Mayflowers by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. I worked on the word brotherhood. And I started adding the word sea to, well, I finished those words. I added the blue star, and then I started the firecracker, and then I also put the blue in the fireworks. This is 148 high by 96 wide. I put in 296 stitches to finish the WIPGO goal of 1,000 stitches this month. So now it has 3,568 stitches in it. This is my Mylestonn project that I finished the stitches on. This is Cozy Cafe by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I'm using April Showers by Fiberlicious. It's 28 count Opal Lugana. I put all the stitches in the apple cider cup this time. And that finished off the Mylestonn stitch count, which was really high this time. So this is 130 high by 168 wide. I put in 227 stitches, which is actually 3 over because I wasn't paying attention. But I'm gonna call it okay because I was trying really hard not to go over the Mylestonn stitches because I feel like I'd be cheating, but it's 3 stitches, it's fine. So this now has 2,977 stitches in it. So the Mylestonn goal was to get one of the cups done, and last time I got the chai cup done. So this time the Mylestonn was to get the apple cider cup done. But I got the stitch count in before that, so I get I get health point damage this time, hit point damage. So, but this has been the longest that I've taken to do a Mylestonn stitch count because this stitch count was so high. This one is Monopoly. It's out of the Just Cross Stitch Christmas 2024 edition. It's Polar Bear Wishes here. And it's by Cindy J. Lash of Century Farm Stitching. I'm using Burning Woods Crackling Fire by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. worked on his head. I finished his head and I started adding white under here. So this is 60 high by 48 wide. Obi-Wan rented Coruscant sent it from Buzz. So I put in 150 stitches. So now this has 1,081 stitches in it. This next one was my America 250 project, the last one that I had pulled. This is America America by Stony Creek. I'm using Dragon Tears by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. So what I did was fill in some of the blue on this side and then some of the white on this side, because I had some like holes, I guess, where I didn't stitch. So this is 126 high by 98 wide. I put in 250 stitches, so now it has 2,191 stitches in it. Okay, I spun the wheel that I have, and all of the eliminated baking show people have their WIPs in a wheel called Just for Fun, because I didn't want the WIPs to just not be worked on just because they were eliminated from baking show. So I spun my Just for Fun wheel and I got Halloween Pumpkins by Peacock and Fig. I'm using Persephone by Fiberlicious. It's 28 count Opal Lugana. I put in 100 stitches. So I worked in the tombstone. I finished as much as I could of that one color because there's like sparkly floss that I don't have that I need to get, or I need to find a substitute for some, because I have some leftover Krynic, but I'm not sure that it's the right color because I think it'll blend in too much with the gravestone. So I do think I need to get like white sparkly thread. But I lost my Rainbow Gallery Petite Treasure Braid glow in the dark thread somewhere. I got it with Arctic Animals and I don't know where it is, and it's making me crazy because I feel like I had put it with the Arctic Animals when I finished it, but it's not there and I don't know where the hell else I would have put it. So it's kind of annoying me that I lost it somehow. And I don't necessarily need to use glow in the dark for this, even though it's charted that way. But I'm still just like annoyed about it. And then I also started the pumpkin down there, the little bit of orange down here. So this is 90 high by 70 wide. I put in 100 stitches. So now it has 1,487 stitches in it. This next one is my WIP of the week. It's Squeeze the Day by Everything Cross Stitch. I'm using 14 count white Verona. And I made some changes on it. So instead of 3 lemons, I'm stitching 3 different citrus fruits. So the middle one is a lemon and the one on the right is a lime. And I finished the lime. So the third one's going to be an orange. So I've pulled the colors for that already. And next time I pull this out, I will stitch the orange. Maybe not the whole thing, but I'll start the orange. So this is 42 high by 120 wide. I put in 625 stitches. So now it has 1,896 stitches in it. Alright, the last one is Monopoly. I'm working out of this magazine and it's this pattern right here. It's by Mr. and Mr. X. No, it's like Mr. Stitch and Mrs. Needle. And it's Anna Matvieva. This is I Lilac You a Lot by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lucana. And I worked on the rocking horse And I started adding some of the teddy bear who is over here. So this is 66 high by 51 wide. I put in 100 stitches, so now it has 1,059 stitches in it. And Buzz was collecting rent from Captain America. And he collected rent from Obi-Wan as well. Okay, that is everything that I worked on. So let's do WIPGO next. The new calls were given today because it was the end of the month. So I watched Jesse's video. These are the calls, 19 and 23. So 19 is here. And 23 is here. Okay, so if you remember, I finished my project for this one, which is K is for night. And I initially thought I was going to just cross it off the WIPGO board. But then I thought, wait, I could use it as an opportunity to fully finish it, to kind of get myself to actually do it. I have my cross stitch planner, and sometimes I put goals in it other than like just stitching every day. And one of my goals I kept putting in was to fully finish something, and I never did it. So I think I need an extra push. So I'll show you the project again. So this is done on Do You See What I See by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. And it's this little tiny square. And I feel like I want to try making it into either a pillow or a little flat fold. And yeah, so I want to try my skills at that. I have a little bit of sewing machine skills, but I've never made a pillow or a flat fold before. So I think because I like stitching a lot and I'm not like averse to finishing things, because I have finished some stuff that you've seen. I just, maybe sometimes I'm not as confident in some of my finishing skills, and so I tend to avoid it. So I want to try to, if I set a goal for it, maybe I can just like get over my adversity and try to like just practice, because this is just for me, so it's not like I can mess it up or something, because I'm not gonna, you know, mess it up so bad that I can't use it anymore or something like that. So I basically just need to get over myself, and so we'll see if that'll help me with that if I put it on the WIPGO board. So I'm going to fully finish that one. And then the second one is just stitching. So this is my Savior's Words. It's designed by Connie Abel, and it was charted by Imaginating. I'm using Memories in the Rain by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. And this will get the standard 1,000 stitches. I am just about done with the top half of it. And I started down towards the bottom. So I am almost done with this. Okay, that's WIPGO. So Mylestonn, I have this clipboard here. We have the workflow chart. I finally finished stitches, so I did not reach a milestone. So we're gonna say my character takes some damage. Alright, so this is the sheet here. I didn't write down the milestone I got for Cozy Cafe, so we're gonna do that as well. I shared the milestone 2 weeks ago, so this is what I'm gonna fill in right now for my hit point damage. Alright, so we got that. So last time that I filled out the milestone thing, I finished one of the cups. So I'm gonna say I finished the chai cup. So I'm giving myself 1 experience point. So now that that's done, I can move on to another room. So got this. So I have the did not take the last damage, so I get to go to a new room. So the chart is pretty easy this time because I was in the nursery here, which was Gotham General Hospital on my sheet here, and I need to go out of the nursery and I'm gonna hit the entryway. So that's a no choice kind of pathway this time. So the upstairs entryway is Crime Alley, and it's this blue here, so that is Rosie the Riveter. So that is what I will be working on. So this is by Mystic Stitch, and it's the poster from the 1950s. And I'm using Sea Flame by Fiberlicious. It's 36 count Edinburgh, and I have this so far. So I will put in the dice roll clip now, and we'll see how many stitches I have to do for this. Okay, I have my dice here. I'm feeling a little lazy right now since I didn't need to play Monopoly. I don't want to set up my tripod to be different, so I'm just gonna roll in here. And I've got a D20. No, that's the 12. The D12 is 7. The D10 is 100. And the D20 over here is a 1. No, that's also a 7. Hang on. It's a 7. Alright, so I'm going to use my Ted Lasso board for this. So we have 7, 7, and 100. So 7 plus 7 is 14. So 100 times 14. $500. I don't think that's right. Hang on. We're gonna try this again. Somehow the curve of the board was throwing me off. 0 times 1 is 0. 1 times 4 is 4. 0 times 1 is 0. I wrote too big. 0 times 1 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. This is not going well, guys. Maybe the Ted Lasso board is not the board for the dice. It's actually 1,400 stitches. As bad as that is to read. At least I know what it is. Hopefully you guys were entertained by that. Okay, so 1400 stitches for Rosie the Riveter. So I'm gonna put the WIP of the week clip. We are gonna shake for a WIP of the week. WIP of the week is my cocktails pattern and Sex on the Beach, which is a drink name, so don't worry. Alright, the WIP of the week is my Sex on the Beach and pink cocktails. So this is Sex on the Beach and this is pink cocktails, and I'm putting the mini cocktails around the recipe for Sex on the Beach just to make it more exciting, and because apparently I like to complicate things. So this is 28 count even weave from MCG Textiles. I dyed this myself. That's what I have. So I finished the recipe. Sorry, that's really giving you a very large shadow there. That's better. I finished the recipe, like the text, and I added 2 of the glasses that are pink, and I still need to finish the giant glass, but it's a lot of block stitching, so I was getting a little bored with it, which is why I think I put it down. And then I didn't chart any of the little cocktails around, so I didn't know how many I needed, and then I was making excuses for not working on this, but I will work on it this time. Okay, so there's that, and then this one I'm gonna have another knit along, but I'm using cross stitch with Neil. He's designing a pattern called Circular Logic, which is a hat, and it's like Victorian detective themed, and so I have this Sherlock pattern that I was gonna cross stitch with them. So this is Silver Moon fabric by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana, and the pattern is by Fiddlesticks AU. I got it on Etsy. I think it's just called Sherlock and Watson. And this is what I have. Okay, one last thing I want to show you is I actually have a UFO. I don't normally make it so permanent, I guess. When I usually stop stitching on something, it's usually because I want to restart it. But this one, I think I'm actually just going to UFO because it was annoying me, and I don't really think that I care that much about the pattern anymore. So this was done on Storm Chaser by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana, and it's the Epic Gryffindor crest. And I was stitching it when like Harry Potter was like popular or whatever, but I don't think Harry Potter's not like my super favorite fandom or whatever. But what happened was I messed up somewhere over here, like I counted wrong or something, because this didn't line up with where it was supposed to go, and that initially was fine because I was just gonna frog it and then fix it, but I was frogging and my thread got shredded, and I ran out of patience, and I thought, I don't really even like Harry Potter's not on the top of my fandom list anyway. Like, I don't really feel like I need to waste time stitching a Harry Potter themed anything, and so I'm just gonna UFO this project, and I feel better about it. So that one will be gone forever. And with that, I don't have Monopoly because I didn't finish all the stitching. I did not finish all the bake-off stitching, so I'm just gonna carry that over to next week, and then yeah, So I think that's all I have to share today. So thanks everybody for watching, liking, subscribing, commenting, and putting up with my ridiculous board problems and math issues today. So yeah, I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.